Hey everyone, it's Alyce and welcome to our August HOOK A DUCK TBR game. So every single month we play HOOK A DUCK to choose our TBR. This month is extra special because it's the month of KetchupAthon, which is our very own readathon. So I'm hoping today that I'll be able to pair up my ducks nicely with my KetchupAthon prompts, so I'll be able to collect my own KetchupAthon badges, because can you imagine how embarrassing it will be if I've designed 6 lovely KetchupAthon badges and I'm not able to collect any of them myself. Let's hope that the ducks are happy to play. So for the July episode of HOOK A DUCK, we had on our TBR Phoenix Ever After by Case and Calendar, Glorious Rock Bottom by Brian E. Gordon, a punishment pick of The Slippery Slope by Lemony Snicket. We had A Quart of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas, Cinder by Marissa Meyer, Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir, and Ghost Catcher by Potkin and Subs Book 3 by Sophie Green. So out of all of those, we are halfway through A Quart of Wings and Ruin, and we have yet to pick up Cinder and Project Hail Mary, but we've read the others, including the punishment pick, and we've still got a week left in the month. We're filming this a little bit early. It's going up a little bit early, trying to get a bit more organised in ourselves. So I'm not going to take a punishment pick this month because I've been reading some of my own books, so we're definitely going to have hit the page count goal, and as long as we get Cinder done by the end of the month, I don't really mind. So we will get on with our hooking because things seem to be going smoothly. But if you're interested in our thoughts on any of those books, make sure to either check out the mid-month wrap-up that we've done, because I talk about some of them in there. I'll link that down in the description, and also come back with us for our end of the month wrap-up, because that's when I'll be talking about Felix Ever After, and hopefully A Quart of Wings and Ruin if we get it finished. So, over to past Alyce to hook our first duck. Welcome to the August round of HOOK A DUCK. This is our KetchupAthon HOOK A DUCK, so I'm going to try and hook some ducks that I can use for KetchupAthon. So to start off with, we're going to shuffle, 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 like always, while trying not to drop them in the water. I'm going to pick 6 ducks again, so the prompt cards will be just down here. Duck number 1. Is a silver duck, and the silver duck prompt is a lollipop pick. That means that we take one of the lollipops out of our punishment pot and we use that to pick. And our first duck for our August TBR was a silver duck, which is a dealer's choice duck, and that was a dealer's choice lollipop pick, which means even though I don't have to take a punishment, I still had to take a punishment. Thank you, duck. There is some in here that would be more helpful for KetchupAthon than others. So I know what I'm hoping is going to come out, but also there are so many sticks in this jar and we are about to find out together and I am scared. Set in another world. That is the vaguest thing in the entire world. Can I do that? Yes, I can. Hollowpox by Jessica Townsend, because that will also get us our ketchup badge for KetchupAthon, because to get the ketchup badge you need to read a middle grade. Hollowpox is a middle grade. It's set in another world, and I don't have it at the moment because it's at the library and I need to pick it up later today, but we will read it and that will fulfill our silver duck and our ketchup badge. Yay! Over to Alyce for our second hooking of the ducks. Duck number 2. Is a blue duck. And a blue duck prompt is an adult duck, and that is a read then go. So that's one of the books that we need to catch up on from our read then go pile. And our second duck was a blue duck, which is an adult duck, and that is a read then go book. So for this one we're going to read Late Fragments by Kate Gross. I mentioned this in my KetchupAthon reading plans video because I thought it would work well for the Horseradish badge, which is a bittersweet book, because Kate Gross wrote this book while she was dying of cancer, and it sounds like it's going to be a very poignant memoir. about making the most of life and the time that you have. We do have this upstairs in our spare room. I couldn't find it for this video, but it's very short. I think it's just over 100 pages. So because it's a non-fiction and it's very short, I'll definitely be able to get through this one and get my horseradish badge. Over to past me for duck number 3. Duck number 3 is, if I can catch him, a purple duck. And a purple duck is friend pick duck. And that is a hyped up book. Okay. And duck number 3 was a friend pick duck. And for this friend pick duck, we had to pick a hyped up book. So I hit up my friend Lauri and was like, hey Lauri, pick out these 5 hyped books. And Lauri chose Ace of Spades by Farida Abike Edimide. This is a debut novel. It came out last month or the month before. And it's about a private academy. There is stuff going on. An anonymous texter brings 2 students' dark secrets to life. So it sounds like it's going to be very dramatic, gossip-filled. But this has been so hyped. I've seen nothing but good things about this book. I've seen people absolutely raving over it. Illumicrate did a special exclusive hardcover edition because they loved it. So I'm looking forward to getting to this myself. I don't think this fulfills any KetchupAthon prompts. But that's okay, because I'll still love it. Back to Alyce to pick duck number 4. Duck number 4. Oh, I don't know if that one was in October before I started playing. We will hope that it was. Duck number 4 is a yellow duck. And a yellow duck is a fantasy duck. I don't get yellow ducks very often. And the fantasy prompt is newly purchased, which does not help us with KetchupAthon at all. And duck number 4 was a yellow duck, which is a fantasy duck, and this was a fantasy newly purchased duck. And I said this wouldn't work well for KetchupAthon, but I was wrong, because the most recent fantasy book we've purchased was Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb, and there's a whole Realm of the Elderling readathon, read-along thing going on with Cody, Becca, Jade, so they're reading them and I haven't even started them yet, so this helps me catch up with this series. As far as I'm aware, there's a guy called Fitz. He does magic things. He's an apprentice of an assassin, I'm guessing. He's annoying, apparently. He's also a royal bastard, so we'll find out what goes on with Fitz. I want to read the Live Ship Traders series because I've heard amazing things about it. And I've recently come back from training at a store in Oxford, and the guy who was training me loves Robin Hobb. And so we had a conversation about them, even though I hadn't read any of them myself yet. So it feels like I should pick this up sooner rather than later. And now I am. I nearly forgot to mention, Assassin's Apprentice is going to get us our Worcestershire sauce badge because this is a classic fantasy novel. Back to past me for duck number 5. Our 5th duck. I'm going to go for the one that's toppled, because then if he topples further, we know he definitely fell. Oh no, he's definitely falling, hasn't he? Yeah, no, okay, we're going for 7 ducks. Damn, that backfired. No, the one in front of him is also falling, so I'm going to go for that one. Yes, okay. Duck number 5 is a purple duck. That's another friend pick duck. And this friend pick prompt is our highest rated. So we'll just get like a bunch of books that are really highly rated and get our friends to pick between one of those. And duck number 5 is a friend pick duck. Again, another purple duck. And this friend pick duck was for a highest rated book. So I went on to Goodreads, and to make things easier, I chose 5 of the books that I physically owned that were in my highest rated. I think there were 2 books on there that I had in ebook format, but it was just easier to have 5 physical books to send a picture to my friends. And I said, hey guys, can you pick one of these books? And the lovely cat chose Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. How am I supposed to read this in a month? How? When I'm hardly reading anything at the moment. So this is going to be a mess. This is not going to go well. But I'm interested in it, and it's one that Raph wants us to read, so Raph's going to be really happy that this got picked. But it's 1,001 pages of high fantasy, and I don't know if this is the place to start for Brandon Sanderson for me, but I do have the rest of the series on my Kindle, so I do need to start them eventually. I do need to read them eventually, and apparently eventually means August. So the Way of Kings is going to get us our mayonnaise badge, because this is a 5-star prediction, because if we get all the way through this and it's not 5 stars, I'm going to throw it out the window. Not like quite literally, like if it's a 4-star it might stay, but if it's a 3-star it gets burnt. And it will keep us warm for a while. So we're reading Brandon Sanderson. We're finally doing it. And I'm scared. Back over to Alyce for duck number 6. Duck number 6. Yay. Okay, that was not the one I was trying to go for. Duck number 6 is a green duck. That's a young adult duck. And this young adult prompt is a YouTube recommended young adult book. And duck number 6 is a young adult duck. This is a YouTube favourite. So, it's time for a Shadow and Bone reread. Who doesn't love Leigh Bardugo? Who doesn't hype up Shadow and Bone? Probably a few people, but BookTube exploded when the Netflix series of this came out earlier in the year, and I was like, should probably reread them. Didn't bother. And now it's August, and I have no interest in the show anymore, and I'm finally reading it. This definitely has outside vibes because there are trees on the cover. And I know it's set in like snowy and they walk a lot. So this is going to get me my barbecue badge. And it's also a very, very hyped YouTube recommended book. Hopefully I'll enjoy this more on a reread because I think it was a 3-star the first time I read it. And now it's back over to past Alyce for our last duck of the month. And duck number 7, our final duck for KetchupAthon, is another friend pick, another purple duck, and this purple duck is a pick this colour, which means our friends just have to pick a purple duck for us to read, a purple book to match the purple duck. And our last duck of the month is a purple duck, which is another friend pick duck, and for this friend pick duck we had read this colour. So I sent my lovely friend Beth a pile of purple books and let her choose one for me, and she chose Winter's Orbit by Everina Maxwell, and this was the least likely one I thought she was going to pick. I don't know why. I thought she was going to pick Sorcery of Thorns. I was like, well, that'll be interesting. Like, I haven't read Margaret Rogerson yet, but I've heard amazing things about her. Vespertine's coming out soon. I might as well read one of her books, but instead I'm reading Winter's Orbit, which I'm not mad about because it's gorgeous. And I think Ro from Wandering Through Worlds really loves this one. I've seen a lot of people love this one, actually, but I'm interested to find out what I think of it. As far as I can remember, this is a love story. It's like a fake romance. Yeah, so a guy gets killed. His widower is rushed into a marriage with somebody else. But it's queer and it's like fake romance becomes real romance, I think. But it sounds awesome and it's spacey, so this could have also worked for Set in Another World. I could have doubled up on this, but I'd rather get Hollypox in here and get another KetchupAthon badge. So here you go, Winter's Orbit. And if you've watched Hook A Duck before, you'll probably be thinking, Alyce, why did you say that was your last duck? Because if you get 3 ducks of the same colour in a month, you pick another duck. Well, when I was filming my hooking, I forgot that. So I now have a duck bucket for you. So I'm going to shake up this duck bucket and I'm going to pick a duck, and then I'm going to pick another prompt card after I've shuffled them again, and then, then I will pick my last duck for you. I'm sorry I'm a mess. I'm blaming the heat. And I'm picking a very loud, noisy bucket duck for you. And it's a yellow duck, so it's another fantasy duck. Oh, sweet Jesus. Fantasy ducks don't come up very often, she says. Gets 2 fantasy ducks in one round. So we're going to shuffle with my slightly damp ducky hands. Shuffle my remaining prompt cards. And this is a yellow duck. And it's a fantasy duck. And it's a series continuation. Why am I smirking, you ask? Well, let me go and get the book I'm going to read. Smirk, smirk, smirk. Smirk, smirk. Smirk. The only KetchupAthon badge I am currently struggling to get is the Salt badge, which is Pass the Salt, to read a controversial book, or a book from a controversial author, or a book you don't think you're going to enjoy very much. And there's a certain series that was written by an author who I really disagree with and who is highly controversial. And it's a series I have not continued with. I've only ever got to book 3 out of 7. But it's a magical fantasy set in a school about a boy called Harry Potter. So I'm going to get my Salt badge by reading Goblet of Fire. Why would I do this to myself? It's humongous. Why didn't I think of that before I got all smug and went and got it? But I'm going to get my Salt badge and I'm going to read this. Because it's a series continuation and it's a fantasy and it does everything I need it to do. So that is an extremely chunky, haven't even physically got 2 other books yet, extremely chunky KetchupAthon August HOOK A DUCK TBR. Am I going to get all of my badges? No. But are you going to get your badges? Hopefully. If you haven't signed up yet, please check out the Google form that I'm going to link down in the description, because you can get a picnic blanket personalised with your name on the top and you can collect all your badges when you fulfil your prompts. It'll be great. And I will not be able to do that because I'm not going to read half of these, but that's fine. Failing my own readathon the week before it starts. That's what you expect on this channel. That's why you like me. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like it. If you'd like to subscribe, we would be super duper grateful because the channel has grown so much in the last month that I'm completely baffled and I don't know where you've all come from, but I'm grateful for you. Please don't leave. Let me know what you're planning on reading in August. If you're planning on taking part in KetchupAthon, let me know what you're planning on reading. And we will see you soon with another video. We post new ones every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. So I don't know what we're going to do in a couple of days, but hopefully something less chaotic and less chunky than this. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. And this month is extra special because it is so last month's TBR, we were supposed to read Twitch by MG Leonard. No, that was the month before. Forget that. Thank you, ducks. And now it's time for the camera to die.